Today we're diving deep into one of music's most revolutionary and tragic figures, Sly Stone. Just this week, on June 9th, 2025, the world lost this musical genius at age 82. But his story isn't just about music. It's about breaking barriers, creative brilliance, and a devastating fall from grace that shocked the music world. Born Sylvester Stewart on March 15, 1943, in Denton, Texas, Sly was the second of 5 children in a devoutly religious African-American family affiliated with the Church of God in Christ. His family moved to Vallejo, California, in the Bay Area when he was young, and this is where the musical magic began. Here's what most people don't know. Sly was a musical prodigy from childhood. He mastered multiple instruments at an early age and performed gospel music with his siblings, who would later become his bandmates. These weren't just casual family jam sessions. They were performing professionally as children. By his teens, Sly was already working as a DJ and producer. He worked at radio stations KSOL and KDIA in San Francisco, where he gained a reputation for his innovative approach to music programming. He was also producing records for other artists, including the Beau Brummels and Bobby Freeman. In 1966, Sly formed what would become one of the most groundbreaking bands in music history, Sly and the Family Stone. But here's the revolutionary part that shocked America in the 1960s. This was a fully integrated band with both black and white members, both men and women, at a time when this was virtually unheard of. The original lineup included Sly Stone on vocals, keyboards, and guitar, his brother Freddie Stone on guitar, his sister Rose Stone on keyboards and vocals, Cynthia Robinson on trumpet, Jerry Martini on saxophone, Larry Graham on bass, who would later invent the slap bass technique, Greg Errico on drums. This wasn't just diversity for show. Each member brought their own musical background, creating a sound that had never existed before. Their first major hit came in 1968 with Dance to the Music, but it was their 1969 album Stand that truly changed everything. This album sold over 3 million copies and contained some of the most influential songs in music history. Everyday People, Stand, and I Want to Take You Higher. Sly Stone essentially invented what we now call funk music. He took soul, R&B, rock, and psychedelic elements and fused them into something completely new. His use of rhythm was revolutionary. He made the bass and drums the driving force of the music, not just accompaniment. But here's the deeper truth. Sly's music was inherently political. Songs like Everyday People promoted racial unity and acceptance during the height of the civil rights era. The lyrics, Different Strokes for Different Folks, became a cultural mantra, but it was also a bold statement about racial harmony when America was deeply divided. The defining moment came at Woodstock in August 1969. Sly and the Family Stone took the stage at 3:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, technically early Sunday morning, to a crowd that had been waiting for hours in the mud and rain. What happened next was nothing short of magical. Their performance of I Want to Take You Higher became one of the most electrifying moments in rock history. The crowd went wild, and the performance was captured on film, cementing Sly's place in music history. This wasn't just a great concert, it was a cultural moment. A racially integrated band preaching unity and love to a crowd of 400,000 people represented everything the counterculture movement hoped to achieve. But here's where the story takes a devastating turn. After Woodstock, Sly Stone began struggling with drug addiction, particularly cocaine. His behavior became increasingly erratic and unreliable. The band released There's a Riot Going On in 1971, which was a stark contrast to their earlier optimistic message. The album was dark, reflecting the disillusionment of the early 1970s and Sly's personal struggles. While critically acclaimed, it showed a man grappling with the harsh realities of fame and the state of America. Sly developed a legendary cocaine habit and gained a reputation for missing shows or leaving the stage early. He brought unsavory characters into the band organization, further alienating other band members. The integrated, family-like atmosphere that made the band special began to crumble. By the mid-1970s, the original Family Stone had largely disbanded. Sly continued recording, but none of his later albums achieved the success of his classic period. Albums like High on You, 1975. Heard You Missed Me. Well, I'm back, 1976. And Back on the Right Track, 1979. Failed to recapture his earlier magic. His personal life was equally troubled. He went through multiple marriages, including to Kathy Silva, 1974 to 1976, and later to Cynthia Robinson, his former trumpet player, who remained with him until her death in 2015. Financial problems plagued him for decades. Despite creating some of the most influential music of the 20th century, legal battles and poor financial management left him struggling economically. Sly Stone became increasingly reclusive, rarely performing and avoiding the spotlight. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993, but his acceptance was marked by his obvious struggles and erratic behavior. However, in 2024, Sly surprised everyone by publishing his memoir, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, offering an earnest look into his life and career. He had also recently completed a screenplay for his life story, showing that even in his final years, he was still creating. The truth is, Sly Stone's influence on music cannot be overstated. He directly influenced funk, disco, hip-hop, and countless other genres. Artists from Prince to Bruno Mars to Questlove have cited him as a major influence. Sly Stone died on June 9, 2025, at age 82 in Los Angeles. His family announced his passing, noting his enduring creative spirit and the completion of his memoir and screenplay. The truth about Sly Stone is that he was both a musical genius and a cautionary tale. He broke down racial barriers, created revolutionary music that changed the course of popular culture, and gave us some of the most joyful, uplifting songs ever recorded. But he was also a man who struggled with the pressures of fame, addiction, and the weight of being a pioneer. His story reminds us that artistic genius often comes with a price, and that the people who change the world are often the most vulnerable to its pressures. That's the truth about Sly Stone, a man who gave us the soundtrack to a generation's hopes and dreams, while fighting his own battles with demons that ultimately consumed much of his later life. His music remains timeless, a testament to what's possible when barriers are broken and creativity knows no bounds. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more episodes of The Truth About, where we dive deep into the real stories behind the icons.